It's not in the nature of politics that the best men come to power, for the best men don't desire to govern their fellow man. Hey there, welcome to our 5-minute podcast summary, with one quote, 3 ideas, and 1 question from an episode. This episode covers the best ideas from the Jordan B.Peterson podcast with Michael Malice. We explore the medium and the message, unity and oppression, and the problem with institutions. The ideas in this episode are from Michael Malice, who's the author of multiple autobiographies on figures such as Kim Jong-il, Matt Hughes, and Barack Obama. He's also the host of the podcast You're Welcome, and is a champion and proponent of free speech, anarchy, and more. Now let's dive into the key ideas. The first idea comes at 46 minutes, where Michael says, "The medium is the message." We live in a soundbite culture where the politician with a new, innovative idea that has trouble wrapping it up in 10 seconds is disregarded for those without the ideas that are just good at articulating one-liners. A lot of the content that's been shown in different mediums are simply held hostage to the strengths as well as weaknesses for that particular medium. On TV, the content has to fit the limited bandwidth and attention people are willing to give, which is why you see oversimplified and heavily scripted content. The second idea comes around 57 minutes, where Michael says, unity through politics always means oppression. Because the political system can only be used to silence people and force people to do what they otherwise wouldn't want to do. Otherwise, they would do it on a voluntary basis. So any calls of unity are a sleight of hand to marginalize and oppress a certain population. In any call for cooperation and unity, there will be a second-class citizen that has to compromise. The third and final idea comes at 1 hour and 19 minutes, where Michael says, the problem with institutions is when they try to impose social consequences to those that disagree with their views. The difference between institutions like the two of us on this podcast is that neither of us are doing anything except for presenting our own opinions and perspectives. We let people agree and disagree with us based on their own opinions, and we don't want it any other way, nor do we have the power to punish those that disagree. A question that we think is worth reflecting on after listening to this episode is, can you think of something where unity meant oppression for a certain group of people? So, those were some of the best ideas from the episode. Some of the other topics covered include what about 4chan worked and what trolling is, how America is in a political divorce with 2 split groups of people, and how our entire species is brainwashed from the ground up. We hope you've learned and been inspired by our podcast episode summary. We've got summaries of other podcasts like The Tim Ferriss Show, Hidden Brain, Making Sense with Sam Harris, and more. Check out the link in the description if you're in Apple Podcasts, or search for podcast summaries on any other podcasting app. We've also got a weekly email digest of the best ideas from written summaries, and the original episode link, both in the description. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and share if you want future episode summaries.